Jason, what if working at being a good person is not exactly what God is really looking for? What if you're following rules instead of following Him?
You know, Derek, you and your sister live out your faith in a way I've never really seen before.
Should I take that as a compliment or a diss?
You both have this fire, this deep passion for God. It feels real, like you actually know Him personally.
Thanks, Mary. That means a lot. And I do love Him, but only because I'm constantly blown away by how much He loves me.
Let me tell you where I'm coming from. I grew up in a small church in Texas. And when I was 16, I raised my hand during an altar call because the preacher said if I didn't accept Jesus, I'd go to hell.
But there's more to it than just avoiding hell.
Well, after that, it felt like everything was about rules. Do this, don't do that. And if I messed up, maybe I never truly got saved. Maybe hell was still waiting for me.
That's a hard place to live from. Fear can look like faith, but it doesn't lead to freedom.
Exactly. But I tried to follow it all. The rules, the church culture. But then I started reading the Bible for myself. And I realized that some of the rules people pushed weren't even in the Bible. I also read that Jesus said to love everybody, even our enemies. Yet in my church, we were told to avoid certain people. It seemed like those people weren't worth loving or even saving, as if God's grace had limits.
Wow, that's heavy. I'm really glad you opened your Bible instead of just taking someone else's word for it.
Yeah, but the truth is, I lived a double life. I partied all week, then played the part of a good Christian guy on Sundays. I acted holy, but inside, I was empty. I never fell in love with Jesus like you guys have.
Jason, what if working at being a good person is not exactly what God is really looking for? What if you're following rules instead of following Him? Jesus never said, repeat this prayer to avoid hell. He said, follow me. That's where real change happens. In relationship, not religion.
So it's not about earning His love.
No, it's about surrender. When you stop trying to be good enough and start resting in how great His love is, that's when real life begins. That's when joy, peace, and purpose actually show up and your life is changed.
Well, maybe it's time that I start really following Him.